Islands 4, Australia in 5 with an unusual lineup. Tonga in 6, Sierra Leone in 7 and Jamaica in 8. 3 automatically through. Next 2 best times to go through to the final tomorrow. Off they go. Naylor got a good start for Australia. Sierra Leone began very quickly in lane 7. Naylor already way past Tonga as they make the first change. Jamaica first off from Sierra Leone. Australia's changed well. And this is Tim Jackson now running the second leg. Tonga's been left behind, and so too are the British Virgin Islands. As they come off the back now, let's have a look for the Nigerians coming through. And as they come around the bend now, well, I'm just trying to find the Nigerians. They are out of contention. In fact, there's been a baton drop, I think, for Nigeria. Australia coming through there after Jamaica. It's Jamaica in front, and they're going to win it from Australia. Sierra Leone third. Now, I don't know what's happened to the Nigerians. Did you pick that up, Kerry?
I couldn't even follow what was happening. They were way behind back over here. I don't know what they did. We'll have to see it on the replay. The Australians had good, safe changes in that. They ran very, very well. But I have no idea what the Nigerians were doing.
All right, well, I don't know what's happened here. I must confess I didn't see the first change of the Nigerians. I was watching the changeover between Naylor and Jackson. Van der Kijp has run the anchor leg for Australia and got into second placing behind Jamaica, and the time was 39.33, but we'll need to see a replay just to see what did happen. Here it is now, and it's Jamaica on the inside lane in lane 2. So let's look for this first change. There's the Jamaicans going out, Nigeria in lane 2. Let's have a look here. And they dropped the baton.
They dropped it there.
That was it. So Nigeria, a sensation here, one of the favourites, dropping the baton on the first change of the 4x100 metres relay, and this is extraordinary.
I tell you what, one of the Australians is going to be lucky too. It looked like he almost put his foot out of the lane as well. We'll just have to wait and see. It is very difficult, and they really should have, the Nigerians should have been a lot safer on their changes in that. There was no way they were going to miss the final if they got all of their changes through. But the Australians looked very good, very, very safe. Only a couple of changes were a little bit slow.
So there's the Jamaicans in front of Australia. Sierra Leone in third place, the first 3 automatically going through, and the time 39.33. In the first of the semi-finals of the 4x100 metres relay, but a sensation, Nigeria dropping the baton on the first change, and the favourites are out. And there it is on the right of screen, and you can see that Aliyu, the man who was receiving the baton, just threw his head in the air in absolute frustration, and Wakpa handing over to Aliyu. And Coyote and Adenican, all they could do was stand there and watch it all going on. There's the result of the first semi-final. Jamaica 39.33, Australia 39.49, Sierra Leone 39.71, Nigeria failing to finish after dropping the baton on the first
in
charge.
6, Belize in 7, and the Canadians, not a great draw, lane 8.
Set. And away. On the outside, Canada's got off to a brilliant start in lane number 8. Now let's keep an eye on the changes as they go down the back. Here's the Canadian change, and looks okay. No problems with the other changes. Canada well clear. England running through now, coming after Ghana. Here's the second of the changes for Canada. That was a clean one, and they're well clear. England about to run into second placing past Ghana. Then Scotland, and well back are Belize and also Botswana. Here's the final change for Canada. Away goes Bruni Seren, and to a huge roar from the crowd from Centennial Stadium, Canada coming away to record a big victory over England and Ghana in 38.63. Well, some great atmosphere in the stadium there.
Certainly was. That was expected, and I think the Canadian runners certainly played their part in that. Canadian changes weren't all that fast, actually. They were quite slow, but we're expecting that today.
So, a tremendous roar around the crowd here. And the Canadians, well, they're really behaving as though they've won the final.
It's a Commonwealth Games record, so that's why they're pretty happy.
38.63, and as Kerry said, a new Commonwealth Games record. The record was 38.67, which was set by England in Auckland in 1990, so you can understand why they're happy. A new Games record for Canada after the second semi-final of the 4x100 metres. Here's the replay, and the Canadians were given a great start by Bailey.
Yes, he ran a very, very good leg in this, and he also had a clean change, although they didn't really push the changes, which is great news for them because they've run a very fast time without even pushing the changes. You'll see on this one, the Canadians went right out to the end of the box. They've actually got 20 metres within they have to change the baton. Outside of that, and they called a foul.
Yeah, I must say, at one stage on the first change, I thought, well, they better hurry up and do this because they were getting very close to the edge of the box.
Sometimes they try that. If they've got a good runner running first, or if it's a very good runner running in and they can actually run over distance, they'll try and change it really late in the box. But you always have someone running down the back straight who's a fairly strong runner anyway, so they should be able to cope with the whole distance.
So that was Gilbert over to Chambers there, and Chambers with a huge lead, even allowing for the stagger. And you'll see the change over to Bruni Serin, and he takes off with a thunderous roar from the crowd. Look at the arms in the air from the Canadian crowd in this, the semi-final. Gee, what sort of noise are they going to make if they happen to win the final tomorrow?
Well, I tell you, they're looking pretty good to win that final because we're not seeing the final turn-ups for the names of the teams. And if England doesn't put in their best runners in the final, I think we could see the Canadians take this out.
Confirmation there of the second semi-final placings. Canada, a new games record, 38.63. England, 39.51. Ghana, 39.84. Scotland's time probably good enough to make it through to the final.
They were pumped, weren't they? And you may have heard, as I did, that one of the Canadians said as he was walking back, "We are number one, ain't nothing going to stop us now."
And lane 6, Canada.
Let's hope the Australian men's team can match the women's team. That would be great.
So, held them for a long time as usual. Naylor got off to a good start for Australia, but the Canadians through Bailey have begun brilliantly. And Canada is a long way in front of the first change. Let's have a look at the Australian change. It was okay. Canada's hit the lead down the back straight, and the crowd's already on their feet. Australia running through into fourth spot at the moment behind Scotland and Ghana as they come off the back. Not a great change for Australia. Henderson running through now, but the Canadians have got a big lead as they come to the last change. Serin takes it for Canada. For Australia, Damien Marsh takes it. He's chasing. He's going to get the silver medal, but Centennial Stadium is rocking as the Canadians come away to win the gold. Silver medal to Australia. England takes the bronze. 38.39 is the time, and that is a new games record.
Well, the Canadians took that out right from I think the Australian boys are a bit happy. That's a great run by the Australians, but the Canadian team, they just took off right from the start. And their changes yesterday, Peter, were a little bit slow, but they weren't today.
The Aussie boys very happy. The Canadians are delirious, and so is the crowd in Centennial Stadium, as the Canadian team of Bailey, Gilbert, Chambers and Serin creates a games record for the second day in a row in winning the 4x100 metres final.
Oh, well done. It's great to see Kyle Vanderkuyp down on the track. He did some work yesterday in the heat, so he's down there. I think he'll do a lap with the other Aussie guys.
Yeah, there's Kyle. Damien Marsh, who ran the anchor leg for Australia and did it so well. I didn't think the second change was the best change that we had.
No, and the third change probably was a little bit slow, but really, we always thought the Canadians were going to be out there, and I think the Australians probably knew that too right from the very first changeover. They were really going for second in that one, and they surely went for it. That was a great run from them.
Australia can be very proud of 2 silver medals here against world-class competition. Canada running a games record. You can see Kyle Vanderkuyp in the tracksuit there. And there's the Aboriginal flag and the Australian flag going around as the boys do a lap for their silver medal. Shane Naylor, Tim Jackson, Paul Henderson and Damien Marsh as we look at the replay now, and there's Naylor coming through, handing over to Jackson.
That's right, Shane got a good start, and really it was only the Canadians that moved out ahead of them. Everyone else stayed pretty much in line. The Canadians, I think, realised they had it in the bag from here.
Yeah, Bailey urging Gilbert on as they go down the back straight.
This was actually a poor change for the Canadians yesterday, and they said that they were going to make it much safer.
There's the third change, and it took the Aussies a little while there, but Henderson coming through. But yeah, look at the lead the Canadians have got, Kerry. The race was over here.
That's right. The race was pretty much over at the first changeover. But Bruni Serin has surprised me with the way he's run on here. He didn't run as well in the 100 metres coming off a knee injury. But, gee, he's run well here. He should be very, very proud of this run.
Bruni Serin striding away for Canada. Damien Marsh running away from the opposition in second placing for Australia. Look at the crowd. They were going mad. The noise was deafening up here in the commentary box as Canada takes the gold medal from Australia and England in third. The boys doing a lap of honour for their silver medal. Graham, we're pretty pleased with 2 silver medals in the relays out here. Hopefully more to come later.
Oh, great stuff.